Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I decided to do a video early. What time is it? It is 4:56 in the morning. Of course, y'all know I'm up early because I got to be out on a case at 6 a.m. So, y'all know when I have to go out here and get on my cases, oftentimes I have to be out extremely early. And most times, either extremely early or extremely late. And I find that the cases that I've been getting lately require me to be out real early. Okay, which is why you don't see me doing lives like every other night because I can't hardly keep my eyes open because I have to be up so early. But I've had my coffee and I decided to go on and just get one in. And it's ironic because on this particular case that I got to go out on. Well, I'm not going to talk about it, but I got to be downtown today, and I decided to talk about um, Cornelius Smith and straight drop pleading out. Okay. And I don't know if I've said because I kind of got into, I guess because it's early in the morning. When y'all see this, it'll be 8 o'clock, but it's early in the morning right now because it's pre-recorded. But I don't know if I said please like, share, and subscribe. I want my subscribers to know I truly appreciate you guys so much, all of your support. Just the spectators too, because when you come over here, whether you know it or not, you're really supporting the channel. Okay. But even the spectators, I don't not I usually don't. I know people say I'm the blocking queen, but I just when I'm trying to get a message out or whatever, it's one thing when people have it's one thing when people have opinions. It's another thing when people have an agenda to try and spread propaganda. Your opinions are welcome. I ain't dealing with no damn bullshit now. Propaganda, when I know that you've been put on a mission to come over here and try and spam the chat with propaganda, you're gonna get blocked. Okay. I just my tolerance is low. Somebody got on my chat the other day and gonna say, I wish my mama would get on here and talk about the stuff that you talk about. I mean, people talk about all types of different stuff. See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I blocked him, whoever it was. It was a fake page. You damn right, ain't none of your damn mama. Cause ain't no child of mine gonna tell me they wish they would, or they wish that I would. A damn child that I didn't gave birth to, gonna say that I wish my mama would. I wish a nigga would, and I'm talking about mine. So if mine don't control me, some snotty nose, pissy ass YouTube troll ain't. He didn't like that video I put out about the people that have been trolling Dolph. Okay. Go change your pimp and get the milk off your breath. Okay. And learn how to respect. I'm in my damn 40s. Okay. So you're right. The pissy ass that came on here, I'm probably old enough to be his mama, no doubt. But have more respect for your mama and stop saying you wish that she would. You don't tell her what to do. She tell you what to do. And see, that's the issue. Folks sitting up telling their mamas what to do. And so they think they can come over here and tell somebody else's mama what to do. I wish a nigga would. Okay, and we're gonna keep this content coming, okay? But anyways, I want to talk about Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop. And let me just say this for the record too. I don't make my money off YouTube. Have a seat. Have a stadium full. Okay. But anyways, Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop, right? Um Cornelius Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop pleading out. And I'm telling you guys, before those discoveries came out, I'd had a conversation with someone that knows because, of course, you all know I do investigative work, right? That ain't no cap, it's truth. And so I have a relationship. You don't hear me talk about it. I worked for the police department for 18 years. I have a relationship with a lot of these people now, even more so with the DA's office, right? Because I do private investigative work and the federal prosecutors. Okay. So I had a conversation with someone, and it was just a general conversation some months back. And I don't divulge everything I know because I'm not gonna get on here and do that. Okay, I'm not tacky like that, and I just wouldn't do that anyways. It wouldn't be good to do that. And so what we had talked about it, and I think I've said this passively. I've said in the past, maybe a couple times, and in that conversation before the discoveries came out, the person said, "Well, I doubt it'll be a while before this case goes to trial, simply because of the COVID and how all of the cases are still backed up. The court system has not cleared from COVID, right? It has nothing to do with anything other than it's just backed up because of COVID." And they also said, but with the evidence that we have, I don't really see it going to trial. They'll probably plead out. Okay, now I talked to another person. They said the same thing. And I don't know what I don't know what's in those discoveries, those discovery packs. I dare not ask because I don't want to know. Okay. I feel like I'll know when it comes out in the trial, when everybody else knows. Okay. But I think I had started getting on here and throwing out hints and saying, well, you know, I don't know how, they're gonna get out of this. I think I said that. I was like, no, no, how they gonna get out of this one? I don't think it's gonna be too easy for them. Okay. And so then their attorney started to look worried, but that don't mean anything. But they just did. They just started to look a little worried. And so but that has been in the atmosphere. Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop are going to plead out. And then it seemed like to me that, and I know, when when you're dealing with some of the stuff with the charges that Straight Drop and Cornelius are facing, especially more so Straight Drop, because he's got an image to uphold. So I'm sure he kind of goes back and forwards with a whole lot of thoughts in his head, because it seems like he's been kicked to the curb some. Um, and he wants to uphold an image. He knows that he's going to go to jail. He has to think about, will there be retaliation if he um on some things, if he just whatever he decides. Yeah, excuse me. And I'm sure they kind of go back and forth with stuff. I don't know what is going on as far as if they're talking. The only thing I can say is I believe that somebody is right. I don't, but it don't mean that it's true or not. I'm just saying I believe that somebody is, and for me, I wouldn't blame either one of them for talking. I know a lot, like I said, a lot of people they want to say Cornelius did not do that. The description fits Cornelius to me more so, especially with that Draco. I mean, it looks like him. I was looking at his frame before he gained weight. It looks like him to me. But I would think, and this is just my opinion, it would be the best thing for them to do, especially if they have all that. You got 800 pages and counting. Okay, 800 and counting, and it's not just video and it's not a bunch of bullshit. It's concrete evidence. You heard CJ Davis say from the very start that they have had witnesses working with them from the very start that know exactly what happened. Okay. So I wouldn't mind. You talk about Straight Drop, and I say this all the time. a 24-year-old young man. And um all of his life is gone, but Dolph can't. I keep reverting back to Dolph can't get up out of his grave though. He can't get up out of that grave. That was the ultimate thing that they finessed him into doing. Because I do believe that it was him without a 90. There's always a chance for error, maybe a 1% chance for error. But I'm 99% believing what the investigators and the district attorney said. And I hate Straight Drop did that to himself in his life. Just like the person was said, you somebody's mama. You damn right. I'm several people's mama. Okay. I am several. And so ain't no damn snotty nose little Negro gonna get on here and tell me what I can and can't talk about if my damn kids can't tell me. Okay. So people don't like to hear truth, but it bothers me that this young man that has so much promise, I keep saying it. He was nice looking. He kept his little self clean, it looked like all the time. And he was not a bad rapper. But it's unfortunate that some OGs decided to send him out. He was a crash dummy. Instead of just helping him, they decided to send him out and help him to crash out. And he crashed out. He totaled out. He totaled out. And you had a bunch of older niggers that, I ain't mean to say niggers like they're niggas, okay? Um, that participated in um, helping him to total out his life. He crashed out. He totaled out. There's no repair because Dolph cannot get up from their grave, so he totaled out. Cornelius knew a little better, okay, but he thought, just like Straight Drop, that he could get away with it. So, are they going to plead out? I believe that they would. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you something. Some I've seen this down through the years. Some of the main people that they thought would not plead out did. They would have been pleaded out if they had the death penalty on the table, and we don't know what's to come. We don't know. When um, I was told there are going to be more indictments, and it's not something I'm just pulling up out my butt. Because then when I pulled the video up the other day when C.J. Davis gave her interview, she said it herself. There are going to be more. There are pending indictments. Okay, and I kind of believe, and this is just my opinion, because people said, when those indictments going to come down? I said that I thought that they was going to do them in segments, meaning indict this person, and then because that happened now, because I was downtown that Friday before Trayon, I think they call him Big Wop, was indicted. And somebody pulled me to the side and said, girl, let's get ready to be some more indictments. I was like, for real. And I was on the go. And then that Monday, Trayon was indicted. Okay. I think for the most part, I was saying that I felt like they was gonna come in segments, but but you never know. They might hit them all at one time. You never can tell because of the dynamics of the case. But as far as Straight Dropping Cornelius, I could see when more and more stuff start coming out, because when more and more stuff start coming out, you don't ever know what people are going to tell, especially if these two have a history, as we know that they do, of doing some things so that are heinous in nature, and that had not come out. So then you look at, if they start to look at more charges, that could ultimately get them the death penalty. If that, I'm just saying, this is a scenario. Yeah, I feel like they would plead out. If the death penalty was on the table, they probably would have been pleaded out. Okay, because people can go and kill somebody, but they sure don't want to go do no time, or they don't want the death penalty. Although they didn't give the other person the choice, that was just walking into a cookie shop and was not a threat to their person. Okay. I know people don't like when I speak truth, but I speak truth, and I speak truth because I hope that, with these little snotty nosed Negroes that jump on my page, hopefully something will penetrate them, and they will digest it and preserve themselves. There is no respect for life because you got a bunch of nappy neck, cuckabug head Negroes that feel like they have amassed some wealth and got some money that kind of pull these kids in that ain't used to nothing and promise them the world, you know, um, and then they ultimately mess their lives up, you know. Like I said, I hate what happened to young Dolph. There's nothing that I could do to change it. But he can never come home to his children again. He can't. His children can never see him in the physical form. Okay. So straight drop shouldn't be, and Cornelius shouldn't be scared of life. Especially if they did what they are accused of what they have been accused of. And I think that's what these young people need to understand, right? So yeah, I can see them pleading out. It's one of them talking. Probably, I can see that too. Although I'm not sure, it may be a little hesitation because of, like I said, you have people that want to hold up this image, which what these young dudes need to understand, don't nobody give a damn about them in real life. And I don't mean that to be, I'm not saying to be mean. I'm just for real. I'm talking about even the ones that's finessing them to try to get them to go do their dirty work. Because number one, if somebody truly care about you, they're not going to send you out on a hit. They're not going to even try to solicit you. Ain't nobody going to solicit their damn children to go do hits. You know why? Because they love their children. That's not something that they want to get them to do. So why are they finessing and pretty much luring a bunch of young dudes that they know don't have anything into doing it? Okay. So yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about that. Will Cornelius and Stray Drop plead out? I think the more that comes out, especially yeah, I believe that in that there probably will be some pleading, depending on how those charges are upped. Okay. Uh, um, Especially if you start to get more and more witnesses, and I'm sure that's not going to be hard to get, especially when the rest of these indictments come down. Folks start scattering out like roaches, and they start telling on each other. That's just what they do, you know. And so once more charges are added, and you start seeing people they start looking at something else other than life in prison, like the death penalty. A lot of times they will start pleading out and start trying to make deals, in which I'm not convinced that that's not happening now. I'm not, because the person that said it to me said it for a reason. And then they could have said it because that's normally what happens in cases like this. They start pleading out because they don't want to get those 60 years. They start looking at, if I plead out, instead of 60, maybe I can get a deal to get 40. um and if they go into self-preservation, okay, which means they start talking, they might get 25 or 30. They get to looking at, that's a long time, but at least I'll get out and get to live life, you know. And I just don't, you know, I just don't see those young men, and this is just my opinion. I just don't see those young men going to rot in jail if they don't have to. I see them going into self-preservation. Damn, at some point. Right now, some people might feel like they want to uphold the image, but after a while, they're gonna see don't nobody really give a damn about them for real, and they definitely gonna go into self-preservation. And then if they have family members that they care about, they might tell them, preserve yourself. These folks ain't gonna remember you in 2 years. They just got to try to act like they love you until your trial is over and they make sure you don't implicate them. Okay. And then they'll forget about you. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, that one, I was thinking about that. I was like, when they brought that up about Cornelius Smith and straight drop would possibly plead out. And like I said, it had a lot to do with also what was in that package. I didn't ask what was in the discovery package. Okay. All right. I was just told that it was loaded. That's what I was told from the beginning. It was loaded. And that's why I kept saying, I don't know how they're gonna get out of it. I don't know how they're gonna get out of it. And most times, when you have an 800-page discovery and counting, people start looking at our alternatives. Okay, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. You have a bunch of Negroes who will tell on their damn mama and will sit up and talk about he ain't gangster enough. He told did. And will tell on their damn mama if the certain circumstances was put in front of them, because they just would. But yet they have everything to say about somebody else going into self-preservation mode and not wanting to do 64 years. First of all, they couldn't give a damn about you if they want you to do 64 years. Okay, they couldn't. Well, anyways, you guys, I got to get out here because I got to get out here in the field. I got my long bottle of alkalized water, and but I'm gonna get back on tonight if I get home in time, because we're supposed to be on this stakeout a long time tonight. But I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe, definitely. And as I say, I really appreciate you guys and your support to this channel. I really do. Hitting the like button helps the video to circulate. It do. It helps the video to circulate, you guys. Yeah, it helps the video to circulate. But as I said, you guys, I guess I'm getting back to Cornelius. I'm supposed to be ending it, but I'm getting back to Cornelius and straight drop. Don't be surprised about what you see as it relates to this case. Okay. Don't be surprised about what you see, because I think that the Young Dogs case is going to um I think that this case is going to there are going to be a lot of twists and turns in this case. What I will say is, make sure always just keep Young Dog's family in prayer, because I think they are definitely going to need it, as if they have to sit through a trial and listen to and look at what happened to their son. Okay. And that couldn't be easy for any parent. Okay. Very hard. And, that's why I always say be patient. Don't believe the hype. If it does not come from the authorities, you don't even have to believe me. That's why I always say watch. Watch and let it play out. One thing for sure, it's definitely going to play out. And it's not that complicated. Okay. It's not that complicated. And I think you guys are going to see that it's not that complicated. I think as the attorneys start trying to fight, it may seem to get complicated, especially with all these trolls and stuff that they've hired and put on the internet that's going to be doing some federal time. They sometimes they try to make it complicated. Okay, but it's really not that complicated. That's why I say wait it out, and you guys will see. One thing for sure is going to come out. And even if they decide, even if they plead out, and I'm not going to be shocked by that. I, you know, there's nothing wrong with these young men going into self-preservation. Self-preservation. If I'm saying it right, I'm a little tired, you know. Um, yeah. I don't see them trying to, I don't see anything wrong with them trying to preserve themselves, even though what they did to young Doc was wrong. But as you start seeing these other indictments come down, you're gonna see folks try to talk about straight dropping Cornelius. The main ones are probably gonna be indicted at some point, and they'll talk faster than straight dropping Cornelius. Okay. Normally, the ones that's always hollering you a rat and you this and you that, they'll chop their lips faster than any damn body. He had ratted did on me. He had ratted it. He gonna ratted it on us. You have to watch those ones that do that, because they don't want the folks to come and get them. They do a whole lot of sneaky shit. They're scared you're gonna tell on them. They don't want the folks to come and get them because they know they're gonna tell on everything breathing. Okay. That's normally how it is. I ain't worked down there all them years. I be sitting listening to people sometimes. I watch their demeanor and their actions, and I go, that's a nigga that'll tell on anybody. They be the ones. Okay. They will. But anyways, you guys, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys. I know I said I was gonna get on last night. I was too tired because I knew I had to get up this morning. Like I'm up early this morning, going out on the case. But you guys will see this at 8 o'clock. I hope that you guys enjoy. I'll be out on my case at 8. I may be able to log in through my phone when this premieres, but I want you guys to have a good day, okay? Talk to you later.